Hello and welcome to Non-Stop Wrestling Chat. My name is Barry and this is your Monday Night Raw review. Sorry for the late upload, guys. I'm dealing with a little bit of a chest infection. And yeah, I've been up all night kind of coughing, so I woke up a little bit later and just finished watching Raw. So, let's get into today's show, but before we do, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe and hit that wee notification bell, because your support means a bunch to me. Right guys, let's get into today's show. Also, my voice might sound weird. If it goes away at any point, I'll pause this and I'll come back as soon as possible. Alright, let's go guys. So, Orton opened up the show talking about beating people up then until Drew attacked. It was nothing special, but yeah. The first match we had was Vega, Natalia and Lana versus Mandy Rose, Dana Brooks and Ahsoka. Dana Brooks, Mandy Rose and Ahsoka pick up the win here. This was hard to watch, guys. I gave this 1 star. It really was. It really was a struggle to watch. There's definitely better things that you could have watched. But this was terrible. I just really don't. I get like how they put some of the lesser experienced and with the more experienced, but this just didn't work at all. Nia and Shayna's music hit. They come down the ramp. Zelina hit. She just heads off so she doesn't get attacked. One thing leads to another. Nia grabs Lana and puts her through a table, or the announce table. But have we not just seen this the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks? The same spot over and over again, changing the match into different parts, changing the spot into different parts of the show. So in the first hour, the first 10 minutes, then the second hour, doesn't make people forget. Backstage you get Truth there, so Truth is doing a mock kind of draft thing. The only reason I put this in is the janitor was there mopping the kind of same area. Turns out to be Drew Gulak, rolls Truth up for the 1, 2, 3. Honestly, there was no point in that being there. Right guys, and Ali has a thing with MVP, it's nothing special. Rollins and Murphy have this weird like back and forth where Murphy asks Rollins to apologise to Ray's daughter. Seth slaps Murphy. Dominic and Khalil run in and then it turns into a match. I don't know what the fuck was going on here, but it happened. So you get Khalil and Dominic Mysterio versus Rollins and Murphy. Rollins and Murphy pick up the win. It was a good win for Murphy. The sooner they get that kind of match between Rollins and Murphy kind of rolling, I think it'll be rolling with Rollins, but I think it'll be really cool. Obviously Seth Rollins is going to win because I don't see Murphy as anything other than a fucking mid-carder. But 2 stars total here. Nothing special. So Seth rushes Murphy backstage. He says he won't be apologising. In fact, if anything, Murphy should apologise to him, and he's got to 10 PM to do it. I know. Then Owens has his show, and Bray Wyatt's meant to be on it, but really it wasn't good at all. It was pure awkward to watch. Like, it just, these two are probably going to build this a little bit more and put great matches on and stuff if they wrestle. But at the moment in time, it just didn't work. The one thing I'm hoping is they don't do like the Fiend, Owens and Alexa Bliss like little stable and they do like a tag thing. I hope they don't do it. I feel that that's going to do that, but we'll need to wait and see. Then we get Keith Lee versus Braun Strowman. This was a double count out. Braun calls the ref a moron and spears Lee into the barricade. While Braun's walking up the ramp, Lee stands up, he gets back on his feet, and he stares Braun down. They both have like a back and forth. Lee throws Braun into the LED boards. The ref tries to stop him, then Lee spears Strowman off the stage onto the classic sheet covered boxes. But I feel this could be a good-ish match in the future. Just tonight just wasn't the best way to kick it off. There's a couple of pointless segments after this. Then we get the Hurt Business versus Apollo Crews and Ricochet. The Hurt Business pick up the win here. this was underwhelming, guys. 2 stars, nothing special. Yeah, I don't know what else I should say. Then we get Murphy backstage. Ray's daughter comes up and says, "You're not thinking about apologising to Seth." Murphy says he doesn't know. Seth's in the ring patiently waiting for that apology. Murphy heads out. One thing leads to another. Murphy attacks Seth, then Seth apologises to the daughter, then Seth attacks Murphy, and then the daughter comes out, and then one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen in my life happens. You get the dad, Rey Mysterio, he's Rey Mysterio's wife, so the mum, the son, Dominic, and then obviously Rey's daughter was out there as well. Why is any time there's a segment with like Mysterio's kids, everybody has to come out? I don't get it, but yeah. I mean, the WWE Raw Women's Championship match, the Riot Squad versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I know Jax isn't good enough to be on a TV show twice, honestly, but Nia and Baszler pick up the win. I gave this 2 stars. It was nothing special. A subpar match, but the champions got a win that they needed, and Ruby sold like a champion. That's all I can really say about that. Then you get Mustafa Ali versus MVP. No contest because Retribution. Thanks, guys. We get like 5 people in the right. MVP and Ali are back to back, and they're going to head off. Ali runs out the ring, gets in T-Bar's face. Then he turns around and says, "Get them." Retribution attack. Stares to the face of Lashley. They make short work of the Hurt Business, and they're shouting, "This is Retribution." They turn to Ali, and Ali soaks up the booze and stuff coming from the non-existent crowd. He holds his hands up there, and the lights go out. Now you think that would be the end of the show, right? But it's not, and that's a match after this, which was quite awkward. It was like Hogan Rock at WrestleMania. I'm not comparing. I'm nowhere near comparing that this was like Hogan Rock, because it was nowhere near it. But what I'm saying is, like, there's a match after that at WrestleMania, and a lot of people forgot. But you get Randy Orton, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre, the Street Profits. Orton, Ziggler, and Roode pick up the win. This is a fun match, 2.5 stars, and it was enjoyable. I gave the whole show overall 2 stars. The big story coming out of tonight's episode is the kind of Ali is presumably in charge of the Retribution. I love that he's actually got something to do, because I think his in-ring work is good, but who's going to believe that he's the head of Retribution? He goes up against like Orton or somebody, you're going to pick them. Like, I don't really get it. Plus, he had the whole thing that when he was coming into WWE, he was like, obviously he'll be like, "I've been held down" or whatever. Like, but I really don't get why he was the pick to lead this. There's so many other better people you could have got to do it. In fact, you could have even got somebody from NXT coming up. They're just building herself up or something like that. I don't know. And why the hell are we seeing Lana and Nia do this exact same spot every week? 3-4 weeks running now, we've had the exact same spot. I can't be bothered watching the same thing over and over and over again. You know, it gets stale really quickly, and these two don't deserve the screen time because they're not good at their career anyway. Well, they must be doing something right, because they're obviously where they are, but they're really not interesting, they're not good, they're not really making sales, they're 2 bad wrestlers in the ring doing this one spot that you can tell they've practiced over and over and over again just to do it on TV, and because that's the only spot that they're good at, they're getting it every single week, which I cannot be arsed with. Tonight's show was terrible, guys. It's not the worst show ever, but it was just terrible. There was nothing interesting to see, barely anything to be interested in. I thought it was one of the worst Raws it's been for at least 6 weeks. But at least we can say one thing: it's a return to form for Raw, a return to the fact that it has been one of the worst wrestling shows around for a long time. And tonight I really felt those 3 hours. So when I woke up this morning, I was like 5 a.m. a little bit, had a long lie, but it's over 5 a.m. I obviously finished Raw, and it was a struggle this morning. I had coffee, I put my Switch on, I was reading some books and shit, I was checking my emails from work. This just was hard to watch, and yeah, just catch the clips on social media, guys. Don't go watch the whole show, there's no point. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for Impact Wrestling Review. Hopefully my voice sounds a little bit better. See you later, guys.